Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm excited. We always, on Tuesdays, pick up the phone and call your papa. My favorite little thing, Tuesdays with Charlie. That's always fun.
Yeah, it is.
I enjoy talking to him. We'll have to see if maybe he had a chance to see the video. I posted a video yesterday about your dad's a golfer. There was a dude that got a hole-in-one during the Masters, followed by another dude that got a hole-in-one, followed by a third dude that got a hole-in-one.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. All on the same hole. So, and the third one is the video that I have, because the guy, his ball was rolling towards the hole, and it was a little bit off, and it hit another ball and then rolled into the hole. So it was like almost billiard golf, you know.
That's crazy.
It's nuts. Hey, an Arizona thief stole dozens of free-to-borrow fantasy fiction audiobooks from his local library. So of all the things, he could have borrowed them for free. He stole them. Why would you do that? Now he gets to go to jail. Hey, a Michigan man says he shot a neighbor's cow, but he said it's an honest mistake. I thought it was a coyote.
Okay.
You can't tell the difference between a cow and a coyote? You should not have a gun, my friend.
I guess if it was dark and he was startled, I don't know.
Maybe the cow was howling. I have no idea. Coming up, we got some special things happening today. We'll tell you all about that in a bit.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
Thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday, April the 12th. Today is Deer Day, and deer in this case stands for Drop Everything and Read Day. So you're supposed to read today.
I like
I've
to
got
read.
2 books that I'm working on right now in 2 different locations. I need to finish at least one of those up, so I'll try to maybe get that done today. Grilled cheese sandwich day today. You know what? I love grilled cheese,
I do
and
too.
I hardly ever have it.
Yeah, we don't ever make them.
Dinner plans solved. All
Actually,
right.
I have plans.
Oh,
but
okay. Well, International Day of Human Space Flight today. International Day for Street Children. National Be Kind to Lawyers Day. I think that's every day, isn't it? Otherwise, I'd sue you. I'm just saying, be kind to lawyers every day. National Library Workers Day, National Library Day, National Licorice Day, and Walk on the Wild Side Day.
there you go.
A lot of fun stuff going on today. Celebrate with a grilled cheese sandwich and maybe call and invite a lawyer to lunch. There you go. It's all happening on this Tuesday, the 12th day of April.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by Knowles Systems. If you have funds earning less than 6%, listen to this. Commercial mortgage bridge loans pay 6% to 8%. That might be just what you need. You're placed in first position on loans secured by high-quality commercial real estate like hotels, apartments, and office buildings. Your principal never fluctuates in value. You receive 6% per year paid monthly, and your principal is returned in full at the end of each cycle. You never pay commissions, management fees, or asset charges, and you can make these loans inside or outside of an IRA. I'll give you a toll-free number to call, 888-547-8007. Start earning 6% now. Call 888-547-8007.
John and Heidi.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. Smelly feet cause a happy couple to break up. This happened in Birmingham, Alabama. A woman decided the smell of her boyfriend's feet is the reason why their relationship could go no further. It seems that the 18-year-old, Kelly Green, has dropped Matt Hassett because his odor problem on his feet is so intolerable. Devastated, Matt has tried to fix the problem by changing his socks and washing his feet twice a day. To no avail, the smell was just too much to bear. So I'm not exactly sure what would cause an issue like that.
I don't know.
You know, if he's washing his feet twice a day, changing his socks twice a day, trying to make things work, I have no idea why that would be. Maybe it's his shoes. Maybe the problem's already stunk into his shoes. Maybe that's the issue.
I don't know.
I can tell you this. Our son was gone when he came back from the Navy SEPS program. He hadn't changed his shoes and socks for 3 days. Is that what he said?
That was disgusting.
And we picked him up and we stayed in a hotel room together. I literally took the socks and I put them between the curtain and the window and closed the curtain down because I couldn't put them out the window or I would have.
It was disgusting.
It was awful. We could barely stay in the same room. And I was like, what is the deal with that? He's like, I haven't been changing my socks lately. Why? It was bad. So this young lady, Kelly Green, and Matt Hasett decided that it just could go on no further because of his stinky feet. I'm really sad for Matt. I hope that he finds a way to solve his stinky feet problem. Again, they're in Birmingham, Alabama, so it's, I'm trying to think of what could cause something like that.
I'm wondering why this is radio worthy.
Well, because I don't know. I guess now I'm wondering as well. All I know is, Matt, I'm praying for you, buddy. I hope that all works out. And Kelly, give him one more try, one more chance. It says that they love each other, but she just can't stand the smell of his feet. All right. All I know is it's true because you heard it on the radio.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. Before you start talking about stupid people, be sure that you're not one of them. A Slidell, Louisiana man who struck up a conversation with a sheriff deputy about dumb criminals was cited when the deputy spotted a bag of marijuana sticking out of his pocket. The uniformed sheriff deputy was at a gas station when a man walked up to him at the soda fountain. Again, the guy was wearing a uniform. The man asked the deputy how busy he was and remarked that there's some stupid people out there. As they talked, the deputy noticed a plastic bag sticking out of his pocket from his cargo pants. When the deputy asked what was in the pocket, the man said it was empty, but the deputy persisted and asked him, well, what was in the bag? It was at that point the red-faced culprit produced a small bag of marijuana
Oh my gosh, what an
handed
idiot.
it to him. He said, what was that you were talking about, stupid people? Because he was one of them.
Oh.
Kids, don't do drugs, ever. It's a bad idea. And that's the kind of thing that you do when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh. Showing off to impress your girlfriend not only rarely impresses her, but it's usually a good setup for our moment of duh. 18-year-old Nicholas Rogers of England was out cruising in his car with his girlfriend when he happened to come upon a slower-moving vehicle. Perhaps wanting to show off, or maybe he was just a moron, Nicholas began tooting his horn. He was tailgating and then lunging at the car in front of him. As Nicholas finally pulled alongside the car, he slowed, and his female passenger made a hand gesture. The whole incident might have been fun for the couple had the other vehicle not been a police car. Rogers was fined $200, and they got 3 penalty points put on his license for that. So
Yikes.
that happened in England. So do their police cars not look like police cars? How would you not know that was a police car in front of
I've
you?
seen the police cars. They look like police cars, unless this was an undercover
It could have
officer,
been.
which it could have
That
been.
could have been. Either way, don't do that. Don't ever act that way. That's a bad idea. All I know is that is your moment of duh. Your scoop of the day is on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now your scoop of the day. There's a growing number of passwords that computer users need to remember to conduct their lives, and it's leading to a password rage, Heidi. A third of people admit to becoming angry after struggling to remember login credentials. You know what? I just went to a website that I haven't been on in a long time.
I've got a couple that
And
I
I-
can't figure out how to get into.
I typed in and it said I didn't know my own password. So
Yep.
then it's emailing me right now to let me know, hey, moron, this is what your password was
Yep.
8 years ago when you set this account up.
I've done that several times.
It is quite frustrating. Hey, there's an app that will pay you to go for a walk. Bitwalking tracks steps just like a standard fitness tracker or pedometer. As you step, it racks up a credit, I guess. Your smartphone app keeps account of currency along with distance traveled. Users can see cents stacking up through the day. It takes 10,000 steps, by the way, to earn $1.
That's all right.
10,000 steps, you'll earn $1. Here's my question. Who's paying the buck?
Yeah, I don't
This
know.
Bitwalking, because I think it's cool and it's awesome, and it's BW dollars, so it's not like they're giving you $1, but you get one Bitwalking dollar, which equals $1 US.
And then I suppose that they stack up, and then you can buy stuff off of their
Must be
page
from their
that they
thing.
get donated from sponsors that are interested
yeah.
in people
See?
getting healthy.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, let's head to Oregon, Forest Grove, Oregon, where a woman called police to complain that she was hypnotized twice while visiting the library. Not exactly sure what was going on at the library. Maybe it's because everybody's talking so soft and people were, talking to her and that put her in a hypnotic trance. Should I quit talking this way so we don't hypnotize people? We keep hearing about the health benefits from wine, but did you know that almost 10% of women say wine makes them itch? It's called wine intolerance, and it's an allergy-like symptom that comes mostly from a glass of red wine. The most common reaction is having nasal congestion, feeling flushed, and feeling itchy. So my question for you, Heidi, is, do you feel itchy when you drink wine?
No, but I do get flushed.
You do get flushed,
Yep.
but you don't feel itchy at all?
No.
You look itchy. You feel like little red blotches on your neck. After like 5 glasses of wine, it's like, you look really itchy. I wish I could like wine so I could drink wine with you. One of these days, you're going to have to train me on how to drink wine. We tried that, and it didn't work so well.
No.
Wildlife experts report that gorillas living in Rwanda have learned on their own how to dismantle traps set by poachers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. So there's some smart gorillas in Rwanda. They're dismantling traps. Hey, there's a new trend towards what some people are calling soap dodging. And the people who are soap dodging have cut down on daily showers, baths, and washing their hair. There's a woman who swipes a lemon slice under her armpits instead of deodorant. Another who uses baby wipes to freshen up rather than taking a shower. And a salesman who says he only shampoos once a month. So there you go. It's called soap dodging. And I take a shower every morning, but I don't necessarily shampoo and stuff every morning. Because there are times that I'll just jump in and kind of, if I don't at least take a quick shower, I feel like, I don't know, I just don't feel like I woke up.
I always use soap.
Yeah.
Always.
But I don't every day. Sometimes I'll just get in and play in the water for 12 seconds while I take. She makes fun of me.
And it literally is. It's like, it's so fast.
I jump in, la 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 la, done.
I'm like, that's not even a shower.
I can't sing in the shower because there's no songs short enough to do that. So I apparently am a soap dodger, Heidi. I didn't know I was on the forefront of something that, was sweeping the nation. Hey, male boss or female boss, which do you prefer, Heidi?
Female.
A survey from Gallup gives the edge to men 32 to 22%. So what about everybody else? No boss? 32 plus 22. That only adds up to 54%. That's just over half.
They probably prefer no boss. They probably are the boss.
There you go. All right, time for a strange law. In St. Cloud, Minnesota, hamburgers may not be eaten on Sunday. That is a strange law, and this has been your Scoop of the Day.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by Knowles Systems. If you have funds earning less than 6%, listen to this. Commercial mortgage bridge loans pay 6% to 8%. That might be just what you need. You're placed in first position on loans secured by high-quality commercial real estate like hotels, apartments, and office buildings. Your principal never fluctuates in value. You receive 6% per year paid monthly, and your principal is returned in full at the end of each cycle. You never pay commissions, management fees, or asset charges. And you can make these loans inside or outside of an IRA. Start earning 6%. Go to commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com right now. What are you waiting for? Go to commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com. Again, that's commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com.
John and Heidi.
And it's time right now for my favorite program of the entire week. Every Tuesday, we pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
How you doing, Charlie?
Better than you.
Yeah. I went stuttered and sputtered. I almost hung up on the guy. I'm glad that we made it on the air. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. So what kind of cool stuff are we going to learn today, Charlie?
Well, here, I got a few things here. Let's start with this one here.
Okay.
Okay, if you're like on top of a building and you spin a ball clockwise while dropping on a hard surface, it will bounce back spinning counterclockwise.
No kidding.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
weird.
Well, that's why you talk to me to learn stuff.
This is true.
Oh, and here's the good one. Women will never be equal to men.
Oh, why is that?
Now, you want to start yelling and screaming now, Fluff, or what?
Because
No,
they're
I
gonna
agree
be
with
way-
that because we're superior.
I was going to just say the same thing because they're way better than men.
No, they'll never be equal to men until they can walk down the street with a bald head and a beer gut and still think they're sexy.
It works, though, doesn't it, Charlie?
Yes, it does.
There you go.
Hey, Hey, then, did you know that children in the dark cause accidents?
What was that? Children in the dark?
Cause accidents. But you know what else?
What's that?
Accidents in the dark cause children.
I should have known there was another side to that.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Well, now you know. Hey, you know that politicians and diapers both have something in common?
What's that?
They need to be changed regularly and for the same reason.
They're both
That is
full
true.
of something?
Let's see. Oh, here. When I was a kid, I used to pray every night
You did?
for a new bicycle.
Really?
The Lord doesn't work that way, though.
No.
So I stole one and asked him to forgive me.
That he does.
That explains you a lot, Charlie.
Then don't steal from the government. They hate competition.
They hate competition. That's for sure.
Hey, then I got one last thing for you. You got a question for me today?
I do. I got a good question for you.
Let's do this one last thing here. Do you know that crowded elevators smell different to midgets?
I suppose they probably do.
or to little people. Let's be politically correct.
There you go. That's better. Now I'm sure they won't be offended. Way to go, Charlie. All right, I got a question. This is a true or false for you. Ready for this?
Oh, I got a 50-50.
Yeah, you got, and there's two of them, and they're both about gold today. True or false? Absolutely pure gold is so soft it can be molded with human hands. True or false?
I would say that would be true.
That is true. How does it feel to get one right, Charlie?
Well, that's 50-50. I'm pretty good.
Well, here's the other one.
If we don't screw it up on the other answer.
A lump of pure gold the size of a matchbox can be flattened to a sheet the size of a tennis court. True or false?
True.
That is also true.
Wow.
Wow, you're doing good.
Well,
Does
you
he?
know I know that one?
Does he? How do you know that one?
Because I told you that about 2 years ago.
Did you really? I should pay attention, shouldn't I?
I thought maybe you had some gold you were hiding from me.
Yeah, I thought maybe you were flattening it out the size of a tennis court. So that would be pretty darn thin then, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be, but it will do it.
Well, there was something in here that I don't know how I'd make this into a question, but they sent this. It says the last line ever spoken by Marilyn Monroe on the silver screen was, "How do you find your way back in the dark?" So I guess I don't know how I would have asked that as a question, though. I guess I could have asked you who it was that said that, maybe, but that might have worked.
That was her last line she ever said?
Yeah,
In
it
a
says
movie?
the last line ever spoken by Marilyn Monroe on the silver screen was, "How do you find your way back in the dark?" The line is from the 1961 film The Misfits with Clark Gable. She died in 1962, so that was the last line she filmed in a movie. So
Well, I'll be darned.
again, I'm not sure how I would have made that into a question for you, but thanks for sending it.
Yeah, we learned something.
Yeah,
We
it
did.
is. It's fun to learn.
If you can retain it.
Apparently I can't because I asked you a question that you had already told me. So I get points for trying, though, don't I, Charlie?
Yes, you do.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you again next week, Charlie.
I will be here.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Keystone Treatment Center. Addiction is no laughing matter. Call Keystone Treatment Center toll-free at 1-844-204-1055.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Lettuce is the only vegetable or fruit that is never frozen it's never ever sold frozen, canned, processed, cooked, or in any other form. It's only sold fresh. So you'll never find lettuce anyway but fresh. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Earthquakes occur on the moon, but they're actually called moonquakes because it's not the Earth. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The only living tissue in the human body that contains no blood vessels is the transparent cornea of your eye.
Ah.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There is a college course on the, quote, films of Keanu Reeves, end quote, offered at the Art Center, College of Design in Pasadena, California. So, there you go.
I wonder what the reasoning for that
I don't
course
know.
would possibly be.
Maybe just, hey, let's waste a couple of credits on this.
Huh.
I don't know what she'd actually use that for. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Milton Bradley originally wanted to name the game Twister something else. They wanted to name it Pretzel, but they couldn't. Do you know why?
Probably because that word was already copyrighted.
It was. Pretzel was copyrighted. They couldn't use that. So there you go. A bunch of fun facts for you on a Tuesday.
John
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by RadioReallyWorks.com. I know you're listening to a podcast, but did you know the John and Heidi Show is also a radio show? And for those of you who have businesses, you should consider using radio to advertise your business. We can even help you create some catchy little jingles or amazing radio ads that will help pull people in. Get all the details or just learn more at RadioReallyWorks.com. That's RadioReallyWorks.com.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Okay, I got a gross out warning for you, Heidi.
Okay.
This next story is probably going to make you gag. I just wanted to give you some fair warning.
Okay.
When I was in kindergarten, there were kids that would pick their nose and eat it.
Yeah.
That was yucky.
Yeah.
In kindergarten, that was yucky. But there are kids that grew up and just kept doing that.
Yeah, so gross.
And there are adults that do that. I'm sure you get the picture. Anyway, that's who we're going to be talking about. If you do that, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but I want you to listen to the story so you know what we're talking about here. Some kids, like I said, when they grew up, they just never quit, eating the nose candy. And some scientists in Toronto apparently have way too much time on their hands. I mean, way too much. And maybe even a little too much taxpayer money, because they decided to do some tests to see if eating your own boogies is harmful to your health or if it's good for you. What do you think they found out, Heidi?
I think they found out that it's not either. It's not bad for you and it's not good for you. There's no nutritional value to it because it's what your body
mucin
pushed out.
Is what they call it. M-U-C-I-N. Would you say mucin or mucin?
I don't know.
That's what they call. That's the scientific name for a boogie. Anyway, certain types of mucin actually block the body's mechanism to fight a cancer cell. If you eliminate that mucin, you might actually eliminate the cancer. So apparently, you might actually prevent you from getting cancer if you're eating your own mucin.
No, if you eliminate it, that means if you don't.
It says, so eating that might actually prevent you from getting cancer. Because when it blocks the body's mechanism to fight a cancer cell. Wait a minute.
No, you said if you eliminate that.
Well, now I don't know what to think.
I think it's saying that if you eat it, it blocks your body's ability to be able to fight that cancer. So if you eliminate that, if you do not ingest that mucin.
Well, these two sentences don't make any sense. It turns out the certain mucin actually blocks the body's mechanism to fight a cancer cell. And if you eliminate that mucin, you might actually eliminate the cancer.
Yes. If you get rid of the mucin, your body will be able to fight the cancer if you get rid of it.
But then the next sentence says, so eating that, might actually prevent you from getting cancer.
Yeah, apparently the person who wrote that, did you write that?
I did not. No, it's off the internet, so it's true. All right. Well, I'm going to have to see if I can find some better statistics and throw that on our Facebook page.
That's disgusting.
All right. Thanks for wasting some time with us here on a Tuesday.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RVRealtor.com. If you want to buy or sell an RV, go to RVRealtor.com. List your RV for free. Learn more at RVRealtor.com.
Thank you so much for listening on a Tuesday. This is kind of a fun story. A dog goes to church every Sunday in Portugal. Well, it's 16 miles to do it. I think that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Portugal, this dog is more dedicated than many people. A lot of people drive to church, but Preta, the dog, walks to church every Sunday, 16 miles by herself.
That's crazy.
To get there in time for the 7:30 a.m. Mass. This dog has done this every single Sunday for the last 3 years. Preta, again, a puppy dog, doesn't stop there. Even though she's a dog, whenever worshipers stand up or sit down, Preta does the same.
Oh.
Once Mass is over, she usually walks back home. Sometimes Preta will return in a car because somebody that she knows will say, hey, I'm going to give you a ride, Preta. But she won't get in the car of somebody she doesn't know. The congregation has grown at the church as many people want to come just to see Preta, the dog, in Portugal that goes to church.
That
every
is so
Sunday.
cool. I would go there just to see that dog.
It is pretty cool. Anyway, that's quite the dog.
John and Heidi.
While playing a little game of fetch in Germany, a man threw a stick for his dog to chase. One problem, though, the dog didn't come back with a stick. He came back with something else. Used to be a innocent game. You throw a stick, a dog brings it back. Guess what this dog brought back?
A femur.
He brought back a live hand grenade.
Oh.
Yeah. Fortunately, it did not go off. The owner of the dog called the police. They evacuated the area. They had the explosive experts make sure it was safe. The dog's owner said, Heijo, that's the dog, has already found loads of things. He could easily become a search dog. So they were playing a little game of fetch, and he brought back a grenade.
Good Lord.
So that happened in Germany. Now, here's the thing that you got to remember. That was a country that was completely overtaken with war during World War II. So there's probably stuff like that in all kinds of places.
Yeah.
And this dog just happened upon it. I was like, hey, that's a lot more interesting than a stick. I doesn't say in the story if it was an old one or if this was a new one that somebody threw out there, but very fascinating story. That would be very scary to have your dog bring a grenade.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, coming up, can anger be a good thing? I don't know, but we're going to tell you all about it in a bit.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by Knowles Systems. If you have funds earning less than 6%, listen to this. Commercial mortgage bridge loans pay 6% to 8%. That might be just what you need. You're placed in first position on loans secured by high-quality commercial real estate like hotels, apartments, and office buildings. Your principal never fluctuates in value. You receive 6% per year paid monthly, and your principal is returned in full at the end of each cycle. You never pay commissions, management fees, or asset charges, and you can make these loans inside or outside of an IRA. I'll give you a toll-free number to call, 888-547-8007. Start earning 6% now. Call 888-547-8007.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. This is our happy day because we talked to my father-in-law. But there are times that I make this beautiful woman next to me really mad. I don't mean to, but we've been married how long now? 16 years?
16.
So there are times that just because I'm here and I'm me, isn't it true?
Yeah.
And you do the same.
And
there are
vice
things
versa.
there are things that you'll say and do that I'm like, oh, can you just get over that? I mean, that was 10 years ago. Anyway, is it a good thing to be angry or a bad thing, Heidi?
It's bad.
You know what? It says anger may not be so bad after all. Many experts think that getting angry could be good for you, as long as you vent your rage in a constructive way. Now, here's the key to making anger work. The key is to let it all out. Because if you keep it all bottled up inside, it'll turn into a monster. How can you use anger constructively, you might think? It says if you're mad at the power company for raising rates, write a letter. Even if you don't send the letter, you'll feel better just for putting your feelings on paper. So they're saying that you can let it all out. Complain, write everything, type it out, whatever you're going to do. You don't need to mail it, but at least then it's off your chest. So that's what they're saying by don't keep it all bottled up. I remember one time, I wish I would have just written a letter, but I was on the phone with a poor young lady at our gas company. We needed gas for two things. We needed it for a fireplace in the winter and for our grill in the summer. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And we had to pay every single month just to have access to gas when we needed it. Well, we hardly ever needed it. So I go out to turn on the grill and the gas isn't working. I was like, what in the world? And I called in and they said, oh yeah, somebody hit a gas line. So it's off. It's going to be off for a while. And I was so upset. I really wish I would have just wrote a letter.
It was ridiculous.
Hey, if that was you that answered the phone, I'm sorry. I just really, really wanted my burgers on the grill. So now the good news is we have a backup. So we have this fat man can get his burgers no matter what. Coming up, we've got some more fun stuff. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always try to wrap things up around here with some good news. And it's interesting because so many times when we start telling the story, it doesn't sound like good news at all. But then there's a twist in the middle where it actually becomes good news. You ready for something like that?
I am ready. What have you got?
A Pennsylvania teenager with terminal cancer. That's what I'm saying. This doesn't sound like good news.
Yeah.
But the sentence finishes with, married his girlfriend last Friday.
Oh.
In a ceremony put on by the whole community. According to Yahoo, 18-year-old Luke Blanuck wed his high school sweetheart, Natalie Brivich, a 200-person ceremony this last week. Almost everything that was needed for the teenager's wedding was donated by members of the Canonsburg, Pennsylvania community. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
The former high school basketball and baseball star was diagnosed with a rare bone cancer in December of 2013. And now, like I said, he just got married. And I think this is actually maybe 2 weeks ago. I think this is from last week, but it says last week. So a couple weeks ago in Pennsylvania. And they had a really cool outpouring of support from their community. 200 people at the ceremony. Almost everything was donated. I think that is just awesome when you've got this young man that's in a situation that's not a
Sounds
fun...
like a Nicholas Sparks book.
It kind of does, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. What are some of the books that he's written? Because I've watched the movies, and like every time... I don't read the books, but what are some of the movies that we've watched?
I don't even know.
But we'll watch these, and Heidi's like, okay, which character's going to die?
Yeah, somebody always
There's
dies.
always somebody that's going to die at the end.
Somebody's always got cancer or something, and they always die.
I kind of wonder what happened to Nicholas Sparks in his youth, where he's got, if you're a big Nicholas Sparks fan, you know what I mean. We've watched the movies, and I'm like, what a great movie. Whoa, wait a minute. What just happened there? And Heidi's like, yeah, it's a Nicholas Sparks movie, of course. I didn't know that. All right, time to say
You
goodbye.
love Nicholas Sparks. The Notebook is
The
a
Notebook?
Nicholas Sparks.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
my grandmother had Alzheimer's, so that's why I like that one so much. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
Time now for the bonus break. Only available here on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
And your bonus break is brought to you by the good folks at Knowles Systems. If you haven't heard of them, well, you need to listen up because I got to tell you all about this. If you have funds earning less than 6%, maybe you should check into a better system like Knowles Systems. They have commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com. If you've never heard of a commercial mortgage bridge loan, I'm going to tell you what this is. It's a loan paying 6% to 8%, and it could be just what you need. You're placed in the first position on loans secured by high-quality commercial real estate like hotels and apartments and office buildings. Your principal never fluctuates in value. You receive 6% per year paid monthly, and your principal is returned in full at the end of each cycle. You never pay commissions, management fees, or asset charges. You can make these loans inside or outside of an IRA. If you'd like more info on how you can start earning 6% or more right now, call 888-547-8007. I'll give you that number again in a second, but first, you might want to just check out the website if that's easier. commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com. Again, commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com or 888-547-8007.
John and Heidi.
All right, for our bonus break, we always try to find some unusual things to talk about, and this is unusual. Just when you think you've seen it all, there's always something that'll stop and make you go, Well, today's style and beauty expert, Bobby Thomas, has uncovered the most unique and unusual finds to recently hit the beauty market. They include spray-on nail polish.
Okay, I don't
So,
know
like,
exactly
spray-
how you would do that.
I'm not sure either. So, like spray
Without
paint,
making a mess.
wearable aromatherapy. So usually
Okay.
that's something that you put in a room and it like,
Right.
aromatherapizes the room. Is that a word?
Now it can go with you wherever you go.
So now you can have
The scent of calm.
you can aromatherapize yourself. I don't think that's really a word. Aromatherapize.
I don't think so either.
And a hair tool that you keep in the freezer. Now, if any of those piqued your interest, I put a link at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. You can click on there and take a look whenever you'd like. I was telling you earlier, I did this the other day. I actually put this video on yesterday. On Sunday, at round 3 of the Masters, there had only been 15 hole-in-ones in the history of this major golf event. On Sunday, that jumped from 15 to 18 when 3 different golfers got a hole-in-one on hole number 16. What are
Yeah,
the
that's
odds
crazy.
of that?
You were talking about that earlier.
I know. That's what I'm saying. What are the odds of that happening?
It's pretty
3.
pretty slim, especially all right in a row like that.
And I've got a video. I've got a link on our Facebook page that I posted yesterday because I was just it was amazing to me that hole-in-one, the last one that happened, the guy's ball rolls up to the hole and it's coming close and it wasn't going to hit. Well, there's another ball. It hits that ball and then it kind of ricochets over and falls in the hole.
That's insane.
And it was just awesome to hear the people that are talking because, you know, those golf people, they're like, and we've got so-and-so on such and such hole. It's like you need to...
But that was the most exciting day at work
You need to
ever
check their
for those
pulse
people.
once in a while. Hold a mirror up to make sure they're still alive. But Yeah, they were certainly alive on Sunday.
That's
A
funny.
man in the United Kingdom was caught on a dating app using the same pickup lines to two different women at the same time.
Okay,
That probably
so what?
happens a lot.
Yeah.
But this was a mother and a daughter.
Oh, funny.
So the same guy was trying to pick up mom and daughter at the same time using the same old boring lines. So that did not work out so hot for him. And I think one last thing here. The cost projection of the U.S. Navy's new destroyer class of 3 ships just went up by $450 million. So that's not the total. It went up by that much. That is a very expensive. Apparently,
Wow.
I don't know what we're putting on there, but apparently that, the cost went up quite a bit. That's going to do it for our bonus break brought to you by Knowles Systems. Now, if you have funds that are earning less than 6%, a commercial mortgage bridge loan could be just what you need. They earn 6 to 8%. Get all of the details today at commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com, or if you're more like me, if you like to call and talk to somebody, you have questions, give them a call. 888-547-8007. Tell them you heard it on the John and Heidi Show.